The summons of world leaders to Egypt by U.S. President Donald Trump laid bare a painful truth about their role in the Palestinian struggle. Despite the handshakes and smiles and Sharm el-Sheikh, the airstrikes, the slaughter, and the deadly siege never ceased. The ceasefire, a cruel fiction. Now, infants freeze to death under that siege, and children are shot and murdered while gathering wood or playing by their tents. The stage was set earlier in the Knesset. There, Trump declared an Israel-first allegiance. He invoked Sheldon Adelson and his wife Miriam, making clear that their primary loyalty was not to America, but to the Israeli regime, and that they held an extraordinary and abnormal influence over him. Adelson himself once stated, "I am a one-issue person. That issue is Israel." Elsewhere in his Knesset speech, Trump added a pointed reminder. His own daughter's conversion to Judaism, forsaking her belief in Jesus, was driven not by a study of religion, but by her love for the Israeli regime and Zionism. What followed in Egypt was more than hypocrisy. It was a chilling performance. Leaders gathered for a clown show, their presence a whitewash for Trump, who played a central role in the Gaza Holocaust. We witnessed the transactional gratitude, Trump telling Erdogan, "Every time I've ever needed him, he's been there for me," met by Erdogan's hand solemnly placed upon his chest. We heard a nation crudely reduced to its wealth as Trump greeted the UAE's Sheikh Mansour. He said, "Lot of cash, unlimited cash." It was an attempt to remake a partner in genocide into a peacemaker. Each leader sought a place in Trump's good book, and the price of admission was the blood of Palestinian women and children. Even basic courtesies were denied. The co-host, Egypt's President Assisi, a man who should not need to co-host anyone on his own soil, was publicly snubbed, denied the simple dignity of a handshake. In the aftermath, the apologists emerged. Depending on affiliation, they spun tales of calculated moves by certain leaders for Palestine's ultimate good. The bitter irony? These same apologists, the Takfiri ones in particular, were quick to glorify those leaders by implying they practiced Taqiyya. The concept of Taqiyya finds its roots in the Holy Quran, in the story of Ammar ibn Yasir, who under severe torture renounced his faith. The Quran not only legitimized his act, but pronounced him firm in belief. Taqiyya is a shield for the powerless facing torture, atrocity, and murder. But that is not what these well-fed and comfortable leaders were facing. Why is this so deeply ironic? Because these are the very same antagonists of the axis of resistance who routinely wield a fabricated and twisted definition of Taqiyya as a weapon. They attribute this definition of dishonesty and deceit to the resistance, accusing it of hypocrisy, claiming its support for Palestine is insincere, masking some hidden evil intent. Like Humpty Dumpty, the Takfiris distort the meaning of Taqiyya to veil the enormous and unique sacrifices of the resistance. Why question the motives of the axis of resistance? Those under American auspices, who for decades funded Takfiri ideology, including ISIS and Al-Qaeda, have a vested interest in slandering the resistance. They seek to hide their own betrayal, complicity, and hypocrisy. Their oil and gas wealth then funds armies of financially motivated supporters and mouthpieces. But the men in Sharm el-Sheikh faced no torture. They were under no duress. They acted in naked self-interest. Unlike those leaders, the resistance has offered no hollow words, nor colluded with the authors of genocide. It has made immeasurable sacrifices over decades, and especially since October the 7th, 2023. Its commitment is measured not by photo ops and speeches, but by the number of martyrs, the maimed, and the destroyed lives. That is why Iran refused to participate in the circus. It refused to please the ringmaster, Trump. It would not ignore an ongoing genocide to win any favors. And make no mistake, Trump would have been very pleased to see an Iranian